Hello, thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for clicking onto my video. My name is Jerry, and my channel obviously is Carnivore Jerry in the middle of the forest, because that's what it says down below in my video. I am doing the beef, bacon, butter, and egg challenge this month, along with 4 of my co-creators into the YouTube space, friends. And we're all doing this together. Last week was our first week together. We did a cap off end of the week video. We're going to be doing another video as a group at the end of this beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge. Now, me personally, here's my 1 coffee experience. I am drinking a 1/2 ounce of ghee and a 1/2 ounce of the C8 MCT oil, medium chain triglycerides, because this week I chose to stick more along the fat lines, staying with beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, as fatty as I possibly can get. Meaning, egg yolks are very fat. It's an egg. Butter's a good thing. Later today, I'm going to show you what I like to eat for kicks and giggles. And it's going to be interesting. It's really not a recipe per se, but it's extremely fatty. And it's a little trick that I learned years ago when I did catering. Oh, that just keeps you right in suspense, doesn't it? We'll have to find out later. So let me continue about my day. I have walking to do. I have to go to see the doctor on Friday, yay me, for my 6-week post-op surgical left hip surgery visit. So that should be exciting to see what he says for me and what's in the cards for me next. Okay, so that's it. Let me continue and do some business. I have to do a YouTube short right now, so if you want to click on later and see that short, it'll be interesting. I am an encourager from every sense of the word in my life. I like to encourage people. I don't like when people try to, in their way, not think about the other person. Not that we're snowflakes, because I'm not going down that route. However, we're all sensitive and we all have feelings. My tone and inflection, I think, comes into the picture many times with people because, well, first off, I'm a tall girl. I have a large booming voice and I'm a presence. I get right up on the screen. There's the tripod right there. I don't use the tripod that often. And I know it drives other co-creators crazy, but it's me. Typically, I have to look, Mom, both hands. I have one hand on the camera and I'm stirring the food with the other hand. So that's just how I roll. But I encourage people. I want to be able to encourage and uplift. I am quite saddened by the fact that Emma Mann, her parents are from Homestead, Howe, Carrie, and Jen. I'm kind of bummed because I tagged her and I tagged them that they didn't jump on the friendly challenge that I was trying to do with them. We've never met face to face. I watch both of their channels. I try to encourage them. That's like I mentioned in my last video. In my video, the only guidelines I have is you're not going to fight with people and you're not going to say GD on my channel. But if you're out there and you want a thumbs up and support your business, whether you're a YouTube creator, whether you're a crocheter, if you have any accounts that you want to sell things out there in YouTube land or out in the World Wide Web, put it down here. By all means, we have to help each other. We should not be tearing people down. Well, here's a little change in plans. The UPS guy just left my house and brought me burgers. So I'm going to be having a burger along with my eggs and bacon. It's all good. I love those burgers. Yum. Here we go. Well, here's a little twist. I can't even flip these guys. Go figure. Maybe I'll just flop them instead of flipping them. Yeah, this is what is for my lunch breakfast right now. I am loving this burger. I love them. They're from QVC. I will hopefully be able to do a screenshot and link what I ordered from them. 4 eggs. Let's go. I'm hungry. Whoa, I am so full. That was delicious. The instinct, the want for the food was big time today, which is a good thing. And as I'm eating it, I'm thinking full, full, full. Oh boy, I'm full. I don't have a problem with one meal a day. I used to, what the heck is wrong with my hair? I used to do one meal a day before I started my Kelly Hogan coaching. And she and the classes and the information that I learned was, I really wasn't listening to my body. I was just going back to the old-fashioned way of maybe mentally calories in, calories out, but I know better that that's not applicable anymore, because a calorie isn't a calorie isn't a calorie when you're comparing a brownie calorie compared to an egg calorie. Two different things. The desire to eat, be full, filled with good, proper, nutritious food. I remember the days, man, when I was a realtor and I'd be in the office working, whether it was 2 in the afternoon or 3 in the morning, but eating the junk because I was thinking, I didn't eat all day, or I'm hungry and I needed that quick fix. Gotta go to the vending machine. I gotta get a honey bun. Wait, I'm gonna stop at the 7-Eleven and get a big Slurpee or some kind of a drink. Man, I was watching, bear with me, I'm not doing that shenanigans. I was watching Cole Robinson during lunch today. Pardon me. And he's really starting to change his vernacular in talking, and some of the things that he says. I listen to everybody. I'll listen to Wendy and Harry. They're followers. They're not leaders. I'll listen to the latchkey guy. I'll listen to some other chick that's doing it. Many women are doing it, but I think women are doing it for vanity purposes. Everybody wants to be skinny. I just want to be healthy. I want my bones, especially my new bones, the stuff that the surgeons have just fixed for whatever reason. I want those to be healthy as I move into my older years. But Cole was really starting to sound like he's making sense for people like me. But again, I'm not doing any of his stuff. I just feel so good eating fat and protein that the sugar thing is off of my lips. It's completely out of my mind. Like I was telling my friend Amy, Rockin' Keto Amy. If you guys don't know about Rockin' Keto, I'm going to do a shout out Sunday, so prepare yourself, Amy. I was telling her that I don't have that food noise that people are talking about. And I don't understand the GLP-1 aspect. Why somebody wants to have shots and what a shot. No, I worked in the medical too long. And I've seen a lot of things that went haywire in the medical industry, business, healthcare field, whatever the case may be. And I don't want that to happen to me. I see the mail ladies here, so I gotta go outside. I'll be back later. Okay, she's gone and I'm back. Where was I? I think that what my thought process was last year when I was doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, otherwise coined as BBB&E, like everybody's saying, that I was so bored with it, I was doing it to the nth degree. I wasn't trying to do different recipes or make different twists on the way I was eating things, but I'm more creative this year. I'm really enjoying the burgers because they're the QVC burgers, the ones that are have the extra fat into them, the higher fat count, the rib burgers. Oh, they're so good. They are so good. Okay, I just am trying to come up with different, I don't know, let's call it somewhat ingenious ways of making the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs a little bit more of a challenge. Trust me, I have 0 recipes. What you see when I do my videos is what you get. So I'm going to take these frozen burgers and this room temperature cooled off bacon grease and transform these into something I'm thinking is going to be quite delicious, quite wonderful. Let's go. In my freezer, I just so happened to have the burgers that are individual, like the old days. These were in my freezer, hard, both as a rock. So, for my purpose and my next trick, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these 2 frozen burgers. In my prep for the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs during the month of June. Stand by. Hold on to your hat. You have never seen anything like this before. So if you can remember 2 weeks ago when the UPS driver dropped off the frozen packet of the Kansas City burgers, the steak company burgers, and I was, yes, complaining, I know that's a shocker, right, that both the burgers are together in the packaging, that what I have to do is now thaw them, make sure that they're pliable, soft, listen, thump, hard as a rock. For my next trick, I can't use these. I must use burgers that are thawed. But think. What am I going to do for my next trick? Okay, here goes my idea. It's fully glazed on that 2 frozen burgers. Let's grab this drip off slightly. Putting it into the grease. Put it onto. I fried the cooking rack. Whoa, that I did the bacon. That's what I was afraid of right there. Obviously, how am I going to remedy that? The burger's cold. Easy. The grease is a little of the bacon grease on top because it's still frozen. Let that sit there just a few moments. It is going to. Sorry about the shadow. Didn't even think of that. Okay, here goes my idea. It glaze over nicely. 2 frozen burgers. In the meantime, grab this one. I can use my hand because my hands are clean. I'm going to take the grease this other frozen burger that I fried and put it in the grease that I did the bacon with, and do the same thing. Obviously room temperature. There you go. You see a little bit of a glaze on that burger. Kind of looks like a, I don't know, let's call it a glazed donut, a jelly donut. Turn it around. Let the other side glaze up next. And now it's fully glazed on that side. Let it drip off slightly. Slightly. Put it onto the cooking rack. Whoa. That's what I was afraid of right there. So how am I going to remedy that? Easy. Pour a little of the bacon grease on top because it's still frozen. It is going to, sorry about the shadow, didn't even think of that. It is going to glaze over nicely. In the meantime, I can use my hand because my hands are clean. I'm going to take this other frozen burger and put it in the grease and do the same thing with the second one. Here's the second one. Looked like the other one held up pretty nicely. Now that I did a little quick bacon grease repair. Bacon grease, bacon fat. It's just good for everything, isn't it? I think I'm going to have to flip this guy. I know there's a couple what looks like bubbles. See the bubbles here? These two. I have to flip the burger, so here goes. Okay, do not attempt to adjust your camera. Nothing is wrong. It's starting to glaze over on the second side, and what was the hole was actually the other side, and that was the crispy bits, the crunchy bits that were left over in the bottom of the microwave pan. It's starting to glaze over nicely. When I take that out, I'm going to lay this side by side next to the other glazed burger. I really do own a tripod, folks. I really have one. Why do I do this? Why, oh why? Oopsie daisy. You see what I did over there? Ooh, I made a bacon hole, which we're going to remedy because we know we did it before. Put it on top. There we go. Now I have to fix it. We can fix it. Except this time, I'm going to fix it right with the bacon grease. Sorry about the shadows. There we go. Seal that baby right up there. Let that sit for a spell, harden, and I'll be back. There we go. It's all fixed up, the little holes that I repaired with the bacon grease. That's an extra piece of bacon grease hunk that I, oopsie daisy, messed up when I reached in and grabbed it, hence causing the hole. So what I'm going to do right now with these glazed meat cookies is pop these in the freezer to make them completely solid. Then I'm going to come back to make sure the other side, the back side, is as glazed as this front side. Stand by. I am going to blow your minds. There we go. They are going to be sleeping in the freezer. Pay no attention to the pizzas on the right. Those are Jack's Frozen pizzas. These are glazed burgers. Are going to sit in the freezer for a couple hours, and then I'm going to check the backside to make sure there are no holes that aren't covered with bacon grease. Don't even ask about the beef. We're heavy in beef. Heavy in beef. There's my little beef pucks, glazed burgers. Oh yeah, and I've got some original packaging, of course. Egg life wraps. This is the roasted garlic and herb. I also have several of these. These freeze excellent, so when you get a good deal on these from Aldi, grab them. Grab them all. They freeze fantastic. So we're heavy on the beef. Lots of beef. Well, welcome to the Wisconsin weather. It is 71 degrees, hazy. Look at our lovely lake. I don't get it. Tonight it's supposed to be down to 50 degrees, but we still have the thermal sheets on the bed. Oh, sad day today. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys passed away. I can tell you, my sister's listening right now and she's freaking out. My sisters loved the British bands, the Monkees, the Mick Jaggers, the Rolling Stones, the Hermits. Me, I like the Beach Boys, so moment of silence for Brian. This is kind of weird. I just came in after going out on the deck and I am freezing. So I thought, let me go in those thermal sheets and warm up. My tootsies are cold. What in the world? Oof, I hope I can shake this chill.